All right, all right, all right. Oh, please don't tell me. Okay, good. No noise suppression on. Let's turn this down. What is going on, everybody? I hope everyone's doing well. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Oh, let's go deactivate, reactivate. There we go. Oh, hold on real quick. I also gotta make this sucker not be in 4K so the camera doesn't overheat. We're probably actually not going to be doing like oops, sorry about that. That's my camera noise. Now we're going to do it again. There we go. I don't know if we're going to do much tying tonight. I've been doing so much fly tying. Also, first off, what's going on, Sonny Kim? How you doing? I hope you're doing well, dude. We got Jin. How you doing, brother? And Cozy. How you doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome everybody on Twitch, everybody on YouTube. I figured tonight might be a cool night to kind of hang out, and I got some footage from, unfortunately, we didn't really get to experience the worm spawn, but we kind of caught either the start of it, I guess, or like there was a pre-worm spawn a week before the spawn, so we got the tail end of that. So we caught a couple nice fish. I got some GoPro footage we could take a look at, and what's coming out at 9, I think. It was super late one tonight. I've been so busy. We're going to get back to regularly uploading YouTube videos soon, like, 2 or 3 a week here in the near future. If you could see, I got all these roosterfish flies. I got to finish all of these this weekend. So, what do you call it? We got a lot to do, but I just got a new video that's coming out at 9 of this sucker right here, which is how I fish for bluefish. So tying the tail section, nice and easy. Doesn't even need to be a pretty fly. I like them nice and ugly for bluefish. And how we make our banger head with the tube section. This is the new and improved version with the tube, like a fly tube. So this is coming out at 9. Check it out. Watch it after the stream. That's the video for the week, and I haven't even gotten to use it yet because I haven't seen any bluefish from shore, and we've been going for stripers in the worm hatch. But I know Jeff's been getting on them in his boat. But speaking of boats, what I'm doing all this for is to fix my boat. So we've been pricing out. Let me see here, actually. Honda BF130 trim units. So, thanks to the tariffs, the trim unit went up to, and just inflation probably, the trim unit went up to $2,800 from $2,200, a brand new one. This is what I need. So, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get a brand new one. So, going on eBay, I think, I don't need to find the exact one, but essentially it's going to be like $400 to $800. So something around like this price is pretty good for a used Honda BF130 trim unit. And I need a special one, I need the one from 2000 under. BZBE is the motor. So you can get one for like 400, you know what I mean? Let's see, what do they say about this one, for instance, for 400? This one might have like something frozen, like a frozen piston. Dude, I'm not used to looking at eBay from the computer. Where's the description? Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, no, this one it's supposed to be working citrus outboards. This isn't bad, and this is the right one as well for 400. It's like refurbished or cleaned. So this is probably what I'm gonna do. because $2,800. I mean, I could put that towards a brand new trailer or like a used motor, right? Because I have a 2000 Honda BF130 is what it is. So there's that. We got to do the regular maintenance, and then trailers. A brand new double axle trailer is $5,500. Now I have a single axle trailer. Unfortunately, it is just like rusted to the high heavens. So I'm gonna need to like either just get a used trailer and swap out some stuff, or get a. I mean, I think like a refurbished double axle is like $3,750, $3,700. So there's a lot of flies that we've tied, but you know, I got to figure out the trailer thing. Maybe I can find. I'm gonna like talk around because luckily I know a lot of people in the fishing world, you know, from over the years. So I'm gonna see if somebody has like a trailer that I could fix up or something. Did my mic check? Oh, this is working, right? What's going on here? Hold on. Mic check, mic check. All right, we're good. Something happened there. Yeah, the sound was low. There we go. I still can't hear. Oh, there we go. It's my headphones. God, everything's wrong. What's going on, English Dram? Yeah, it was my mixer. I think we should be good, though. Mic check, mic check. That's in Florida. Probably $200 freight. Right? No, what's the shipping on this? It should say for shipping. Free ground. Yeah, yo, dude, eBay, man. Free ground shipping. From Florida. Estimated May 20th to Friday the 23rd. Which I don't need it now. But the main thing is swap the trim unit. We do fuel filter. Thank you, English Dram. Appreciate that. Yeah, I have an actual mixer, like a mixing board that everything goes into. So sometimes I gotta like, you know, push some buttons and reset it. We gotta get like fuel filters, oil filter, plugs, oil, do all that nonsense. I probably gotta re-register it or renew it because it lapsed or whatever. Because you know it's been off the water for a year or two. But really, other than that, I mean, I might just launch it in the water and get a mooring where it's like a giant mushroom anchor. And you can stick it out in the bay, and you know, essentially what you do is you have like a buoy, and you have the mushroom mooring anchor, and you know you got your chain and whatnot. But you can do it in fairly shallow water, so you just wade out. You know, you walk out to the water. Doesn't have to be deep. This is for like a sailboat or something. So we could get a mooring. I think for the mooring, it's like 100 and something from the town to get a spot. And then I get it down here by the boat ramp. So I could do that. I'm always afraid of my boat sinking, right? Oh, yeah, Rev. Yeah. I remember you said something. So if you got a spot, you know, let me know. We'll figure it out. But so we can get the boat in the water, and then I can get a trailer. But I essentially have the money right now to like get a trim unit, get all the maintenance, and do that. But you know, I got bills coming up, this and that. But so I gotta get all these flies done. There's probably another almost 100 that I need to tie before the 27th. Ideally, these are like extras, but I gotta, you know, someone check this man's search history while we're here. What do you call it? Luckily, I don't think there's anything too crazy on here. You guys want to see? Look. We got weedless weighted hooks, weedless jig hooks, saltwater fly, floating thing, rooster fish, hog choker fish. That's the most sus one. Hog choker? You just take the fish away. Now we're into something. Yeah, all simple. What do you call it? Yeah, so I could do everything, but I'm just trying to get as much done as I can. So yeah. Get that. By the way, the hog choker's a fish, and the reason I got the name, well, yeah, we got fucking sweet peas going right now. My mom's sweet peas going, And I went out and looked, and I saw the powdery mildew. I was like, uh-oh. Because it's something we deal with. We have zucchini. The powdery mildew kills my zucchini every single year. Or cucumbers or whatever. And then we got thrips or thripes. I don't know how you pronounce it, but they destroy my tomatoes every year. So I got actually something called Dr. Zymes. It's like paprika, it's apple cider vinegar, pepper, and all sorts of stuff. And like it has like natural soapy ingredients. I don't know what, but it's like a natural soap too. So it coats the leaves. But yeah, the pests are really bad for our vegetables. Like they like destroyed my tomatoes last year. But anyways, so yeah, we're gonna be fixing the boat very probably this year at some point. So expect something crazy happening. But that being said, I got a lot of stuff to do. So, but I figured we should maybe just hang out. I actually have some GoPro footage that I took from some of the worm hatches. I kind of want to watch some of that with you guys. A worm spawns. Now, unfortunately, sorry, I just bit the inside of my lip. We didn't see any worms the whole time, but I saw boils. So what happened is a buddy texted me, and he's like, hey, you really got to check this out. I was like, okay, cool. And he was like, go to your worm spot. Even though we were in between a moon cycle, what do you call it? What is the mix? It's called Dr. Zymes. A buddy of mine turned me on to it. And essentially, it's like if you look, it's Dr. Zymes pest control or something. It's all organic, but essentially it's like apple cider vinegar and soap and like pepper and this and that. And it works really well. You got to spray the underside of the leaves, and you got to spray it before it gets dark, because you don't want it to have, you don't want the sunlight to dry out everything on top of it. And you don't want to apply too much of it, because it can coat the leaves, and then it can't breathe, essentially. But anyways, so we saw boils, a lot of boils. Like, if you see boils every a minute and a half, okay, we got something going on, right? We're not dealing with just like, I mean, the fish could be feeding, but I was like, all right, something's going on. So I went down, and unfortunately, it wasn't like, when we did the stream, and we, hold on, let me pull up the stream footage from the many moons ago. I think I should have it here. Hold on. Where was it? I'm almost certain. Well, I'm not going to go looking for it right now, but you guys know it if you've watched the channel, where we have all those worms like blowing up everywhere in the bass. But there wasn't much going on, and I was trying to conserve battery, but so eventually I did hook a really nice fish. I wonder if we can, let's turn the music off. Let's see, can we hear? Oh yeah. So all these fish have been 28 to like 32 inches. Dr. Zymes. Z-Y-M-E-S. Like enzymes. All these fish have been 28 to, I'd say, 30 inches. Or 32 inches. And they've all been fat. Like really nice, healthy fish. I just caught my first one that was like under 28. It was like 13 inches or something, or less. We actually linked up with that dude Max, so we were supposed to film some hollow stuff, but somebody told me that a customer called and ordered a bunch of worm flies because they ran out, because a couple nights ago there was more worm stuff. And so we said, screw it, we're going, and we just ended up getting eaten by bugs and caught that one fish. But anyways, you can't see anything, but just in case, I didn't know if this was a good, like really good fish or not. But I just took the light because I was going to leave anyway. I don't like turning on the light when you striper fish. I actually stayed for a while after this. Like, the fish died down for 30 minutes. And I think it was because I turned my light on. Like, I really believe turning on your light is, like, bad news. But I got a headlamp now with a red light. But, nice fish. And unfortunately, this thing, like, swam into the grass because it was so... So I had to, like... He kept going into the grass. I had to find him and get him out, but... Nice fish. What do you call it? I don't know. how I just changed the view of everything like that. Hold on. And then this was a nice fish that I lost. This was during the day. And just spit the hook. You'll see it, but all these fish are going into the backing. I'm using an 11.5 foot 8-weight switch. Yeah, he spit me off. And it's so deep right next to us that the fish are boiling right next to us at times. We actually saw a giant bass eat a needlefish in front of us yesterday. The needlefish got clear out of the water, and then the bass got it. It was so cool. And here we are fishing 2-inch cinderworm flies. Meanwhile, this huge bass ate a needlefish. So this area is really good in general. I want to see if there's any... So you'll see like boils. You can see where my mouse, the boils will either be like far off, or because it's so deep, they'll literally be like right here, right next to you. I'm just trying to see. You can see the worm fly that I'm using. Articulated cinderworm, which I was actually rolling a cigarette at night, and I had my line all the way out, and the line just came tight, and I hooked a nice fish and landed it, so I had to abandon the cigarette. But I was rolling a durry, as the Australians would say. I don't think there's anything else crazy in this. Oh, that looked like a pick quick up and drop. No, okay. Sometimes, so what I do is when I see the boils, I immediately... Oh, shit, you guys can't even see. My bad. Wasn't anything going on anyway. You saw McMurray's post about the cinderworms. It was good? Yeah. I missed it. I only caught the tail end of one, and I missed this one. Or I missed the one after. Which was full-blown 1,000 worms sort of thing. But I was getting a lot of fish when there's not an actual cinderworm spawn going on. There's not millions of worms everywhere here going nuts. Like, I actually had to put a good amount of action into the fly. Now, this is a game changer. So, like, it's articulated and it swims. So, the action is crazy on this fly. You can see it moving there. It's hard to see on camera, but... So even when you're not moving it, it's wiggling the whole time, which is really important, I think, for a cinderworm fly. But, I mean, you could just fish the marabou ones that we always tie as well. Yep, predatory mites. Also, ladybugs. It's a little bit harder to do outdoors. If you're indoor growing for whatever you're growing, you can use, like, in a controlled environment. But, yeah, you can release ladybugs, and they eat aphids. But the Dr. Zymes works pretty good. How's it going, Craggerroll? Really what we deal with is I don't get good sun, and we have high humidity living by the water, so we get a lot of powdery mildew and stuff like that is the big issue. When it comes to the tomatoes and stuff. You can use sulfur dust to tame it. You fertilize a little more and increase the drainage. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, like we don't have perlite or anything added to it. You know, we probably should. But yeah, it's definitely a humidity thing. Yeah, it's not... I mean... There's my buddy Crush hitting him up. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, that's been the biggest thing. When we put them in a place, the problem is, like, my neighbors have bushes that have been growing taller and taller, you know, so we don't look in each other's yards, which I don't mind. But it's been slowly blocking out all of the sun in my backyard. So, I'm, like, losing all of my sun from my vegetables. But I think our buddy Kresh catches one here. I want to see if there's any boils, though. This is like the magic hour. When you're going for cinders, like this is when you really want to pay attention. When it's like the hour before it gets like pitch black. This is when the worms will start coming out. And I'm assuming there were some worms, but... Yeah, you can see Crash over there on the left. Feta Nick. As he's known. The Dew, yeah. So you can see it like doing a lot of pauses, but also like pretty steady retrieve. I'm trying to see, was that a boil? I'm trying to show you guys some boils, but it really wasn't active. Like we didn't have a crazy active fishery.
Slot size.
Yeah, there we go. Crush is hooked up. I think I was getting my phone out. There we go. You can see him fighting a fish. First bass of the year. Nice fish, too. It was like 28 inches, probably. They're all like 28 inches. It's wild.
Then you can walk it back into the grass.
Doing a good job, though. For not fishing as much, because he's working like 8 jobs or whatever, probably.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, got him in. Luckily, this is all flooded, so you can keep the fish fully submerged as you're working with it, taking the hook out. It's nice.
On back.
He was like trying to get a photo. I'm like, all right, put it back. I got you. We don't take photos when we fish.
Nice.
You put that camera away. Let that fish go. All right. Now this was cool. We don't get to see the fish. It was like 31 inches. But what you do see is the ceramic in my guide pop out and then get sucked into the reel because the fish takes me out into the backing. And then I had to pop the ceramic out of the reel spool, so unwind it, and then use my finger against the braid backing without cutting it, fighting a 32-inch fish, ensuring that the ceramic didn't get re-sucked into the spool as I was reeling it in. Pretty certain it was, yeah, right here.
Nope.
Sipped it like a trout.
Oh,
Oh, did I lose that one? That was a different one. I lost it. Oh, look, see, there was another boil on the left there. Can I drop it? We'll see. I think this is the one where
I see it, yeah.
Yeah, you could see a
Start
boil
right
way
now.
out in the distance, too. It's kind of... Let me see when I stop casting. Over here. They're, like, boiling way out there.
Get
Where
ready.
my mouse is, like this. But they're also eating right here. It was, like, on the very edge of your cast. Like a 100-foot cast.
So far, you're doing good.
When do I hook this fish? Is this one? Yeah, here we go. It's always something. You could see here, I broke a guide right there. There's electrical tape covering it.
There we go.
So you want to let the fish take the line. And as I say that, I reel it in like a bozo. When does my guide pop out? Oh, there, my guide popped out. Look. Can we go in like slow motion or something? Okay, wait for it. You're gonna see it pop out here. Come on. This is actually pretty cool. In slow motion. Oh, there it is. Ting! It's gonna drop right now. Ting! Like that, yeah. So now it's getting sucked into my spool. Like as I'm reeling right now, zzz, I'm reeling real quick. It's wrapped onto my, and now I realize. Or I think I realize? When do I realize the issue?
Holy shit.
Oh, there you go. You can see it pop out.
My guide popped out.
The fish helped me. What rod? It's an 11.5-foot switch rod. It's a Cabela's switch rod.
Uh-oh.
It was like $200.
Got an issue here.
So now I can't let that thing get sucked in there because I was like, and I'm freaking out like it's gonna rub up against the bear snake guide or the bear guide and like rub through the backing. But I was trying to get the ceramic back into the guide, but I, you know, it just kept popping out.
It's getting sucked into the reel, so I gotta just. Oh no.
It was a nice fish though. Unfortunately, I didn't take my light. Like I said, I didn't want to take my light out.
Look at this.
I didn't know if the GoPro was gonna pick up the fish because I had it in the water and the grass. But you know what? That's fine.
Might be a nice fish.
I probably could have made a whole video out of this, and like adapting to random whatever. I could have came up with a clickbait title. If I actually, you could see the fish at the end, but you know, I didn't want to sacrifice the good fish. Well, it's the only rod I have right now, Jin. I broke every single hand I have except for a trout rod and an 11 weight. So it's been a good rod though. I want to get the two guides replaced, and I'm just gonna keep fishing. It's a fantastic rod, and I'm not even using a switch line. My switch line cracked, thanks to Rio, but I'm using a different Rio, a regular striper floating line. It's working.
Shit, there's the hole. There's like a 5-foot hole right here.
Oh, yeah, there's also like you're gonna drown hole in the marsh that you could fall into up to your waist. So you gotta watch out. Anyways, I don't think we get to see the fish, so let me see here.
Must have like hooked him outside the mouth.
It was a nice fish though. It was probably like 31, 32 inches. I don't know what they weigh at that size or whatever.
Please stay on.
Problem is with this long of a
Not
rod,
massive.
landing fish is tough at times. So, but you can barely see the fish. You get a glimpse right there, and that's it. I think. We'll see. We'll just have Chat GTP like artificially generate this section. Have him make like 100-pound bass.
Let's go.
Nice.
I'm trying not to take fish out of the water that much anymore.
Yep, we are not trying to take fish out of the water.
So
Just not really the thing we want to do anymore. I actually had a good discussion with somebody about there was a study on steelhead and why steelhead were dying. They radio tagged them. When you land a steelhead and it hits its head on the rocks, it causes hemorrhaging and internal bleeding. So they actually like did an autopsy. And they were like, so like this is something to think about. Like, why is catch and release mortality rate so high? The ASMFC claims, you know. But like letting a fish not smack its head on the boat, not letting it smack its head on the rocks or the sand is very important. Not stripping its protective slime, not handling it outside of the water after you fought it and it's built up lactic acid. There's a lot of different variables. Not kicking them with your boot back into the water. That's something you see surfcaster guys do, the old timers. But so that's interesting. Like I don't want to bring fish onto the gunnel and they're smacking their head or something on the, you know, or whatever on the side of the boat. It's something to think about, right? I didn't even think about that. It's like the fish flopping around hurting itself. So that's pretty interesting. You know what I mean? I don't think anything else crazy happened. I think I was just filming. I would get like a hit and I'd pop my GoPro on thinking something maybe would happen. But yeah, this is cinderworm fishing. When there's no cinderworms all over the place. It's a lot of fishing in the dark and blind casting. You know what I mean? But I'm not complaining. I am not complaining. That went pretty well. I was happy with it. Okay. So I want to show you guys. Check these out. I got to go drop them off. I got a couple different stuff to show you. This is like a Showtime now where we look at some cool stuff. Let me see real quick. Mic check. Dude, I got to get a new pair of headphones. Okay, there we go. I like lose connection to my mixer with these headphones and I can't hear anything. So, let me put focus on auto, probably. Now that I'm not filming and we're just streaming. Because we're not tying, we're just kind of chatting. So, somebody ordered, this is what they said to me. Hey, Mike, I'm fishing in Montauk. God, that was such a Long Island way to say that. Montauk. I'm fishing at Montauk, all right? And, God, the accent there was so heavy. And I'm fishing 30 to, and I want weighted flies to get down. I was like, okay, what's the depth? I'm assuming from a boat, and what weight rod, right? So 10, 11 weights, sinking lines, 30 to 70 feet. I'm like, okay, you got a heavy sinking line, a real sinking line? Yeah, okay, good. So, and we're out in Montauk. God, I just want to keep saying it now. We're tying slammers, all right? Sadati slammers. So 6-odd Arex blue water hook with a full keel, which you've seen me do the full keel where we wrap 0.035 diameter lead wire, half an inch, wrap the whole shank like that, then tie 5 pieces side by side. It's 5 like this, 2 high, so we get a full keel, which helps make the fly turn upside down or turn upright. Check out the profile on this thing. I mean, you could just see how large it is. They're 12 inches. This is like, you know, you're actually trying to imitate a full adult size bunker with this fly, right? And you're fishing this fly at depths where, you know, it's fairly dark at times, like 70 foot of water, 80 foot of water. But that's where these big fish are. They could be like 50, 60 foot of water. You'll mark them as you're drifting over these humps, this structure, through these rips off Montauk, Block Island, wherever you are, up in Massachusetts, you know, that sort of fishing, this deep water rip fishing. And there's also wire. There's 40-pound wire. This is how Mark ties them. So I'll show you what I used as a reference. We actually tied this one. I tied them over the weekend, but remember we tied this one on stream last week? This was like a test using the wig hair. So you can see, beautiful. Which shout out to Jay, by the way. I'm going to tie a bunch of these for myself because I love them. I'm keeping this one right here, this herring one. But we're going to make a video on how to tie this. But this is Mark's fly that I based it off of, that he gave me. So you can see the wire, you can see the size, and trying to essentially get the same exact profile, maybe slightly different, just my own touch or style to it, you know what I mean? But you could see fairly spot on. You know what I mean? This one's a little bit bulkier. This one, I left it a little bit bulkier because, I don't know, dude. You got to realize you're not casting this fly. You're pitching it off the side of the boat, feeding that line. And you're using 400, 500, 600 grain sinking lines. And this thing is sinking like that, you know? It's one of the reasons why the keel is important. One of the reasons why you don't want to fish bucktail flies when you're doing this. Bucktail, feathers are all natural. They're buoyant because bucktail's hollow. Feathers, stems are hollow. They cause the fly to swim much slower and sink much slower. So you don't fish beast flies like this. This is where the slammer Mark developed this fly specifically for this. So anything synthetic with a lead keel really gets down quick, even though it has a massive profile. You know what I mean? If you look at the size of this fly and everything, right? You look at it from underneath to imitate that bunker, right? So these are pretty cool. We'll make a video on this. This will be a long video. Also, too, when I get done with the roosterfish stuff, I need to go pick up Mark, and I'm gonna bring him here, and he wants to film some stuff, some flies. So we're gonna film some fly tying with Mark for his channel and possibly mine. We'll see, or maybe do something. But I want to help him out because he doesn't have a setup to film fly tying, which we got to get some more Mark Sadati flies on the internet for everyone to, like an archive essentially. Because he's like the master. He has so much knowledge about it. So, but yeah, this one's really nice too. I really like this one. I'd say this one's probably my favorite with the color blending other than the gray. I like the profile on the green one. This one's massive. But the colors on this one really came out nice. And he was like, oh, I want some feathers. I was like, all right, cool. We'll just throw some like thin flat wing hackle in there and a flash tail. But I used Steve Farrar fiber as well, and I took wig hair and I custom blended it with angel hair. So I essentially made my own blends, almost kind of like Ian Devlin's yak hair blends. Because some of this wig hair is like a synthetic yak, is a good way of describing it. So, but really cool flies. I wanted to show you guys these. And something else that I wanted to show you is Max gave me a fly. So, because he is going to come. And we are going to tie, essentially we're going to sit down and like I'll tie a hollow fly or he will or whatever. I want him to see me tie one. And he's down for it. But check out, he gave me this. This is one of his hollow flies. And you could just see absolutely beautiful. So he uses apparently a very fine nano micro thread or something from Semperfly or something, he said, or I don't know what it is. I've never heard of it, but it doesn't break and it's ultra thin. So the only thing he says is you have to build up your thread dams take like 20 minutes or something. But look at that, real jungle cock too. That's when you know we're dealing with a pro. All right, I'm not even a pro. I ain't even got no jungle cock. But this has you could see obviously hollow-tied bucktail. He has the ostrich on top, kind of like the ostrich hollow, or like what Rody Fly does, where we got the inspiration to do the ostrich hollow video. And he's got essentially like the same sort of hackle we use here, the sort of, the half-patch hackle that we use, tented up top, further up probably on the second to last tie. So, like, when I compare this to, where's the hollow fly, which I need to send this out for the giveaway winner, so. Now, I'm just hypercritical of my flies. If we compare one of my simple hollow flies to this really nice one, I mean, it's not bad, honestly. One thing is, when I fish them, you see the flaws. You see the collars flare out because potentially it's not tied evenly. Like, and when I tie this, you could see kind of when in the video, it was flared out a little uneven. So, I mean, it's not bad, right? But, I mean, actually, this one's not that bad. But there's definitely some room to work. Like, the way my hollow ties fold back, like, I don't know. I want them to have more of a shape. So, we're going to have to sit down. And if you look, he really doesn't even have that much material when it comes to the bucktail. Now, one thing we were talking while we were fishing, like really buying good bucktail is really important. And it's not just it has to be long and soft. It has to be the right bucktail for hollow flies. So, it's really, really important. Like, if you don't have good bucktail, you're going to struggle. So, he's got a hookup. We're gonna have to buy some bucktail from this guy, and I'll let you guys know. We'll check it out. But they're like primo tails essentially. So, but I mean the shape's like it's just beautiful. It's perfect. Now what I'm looking for is like, did he tie a bunch? Is there tag ends in there? Yeah, he's got the tag ends. And now the other thing, this guy, you know what he told me? He's only been tying for a year. I was like, well, now I hate you. He's only been tying for a year. What which is crazy. But yeah, some people get it. It clicks. For me, it took 20 years for me to get to this point right here. You know what I mean? So Max is going to come and he's going to give us some tips. We're going to tie and make a video. So I don't know if, like, for instance, I'll tie or he'll tie. He's going to bring his stuff. But I asked the YouTube community if you guys have any ideas from Twitch chat. This is very impressive. If you guys have any help or any ideas for questions that you have for hollow flies, put them in the Discord, because I'm gonna write a list and ask him specifically. But you saw the photos of his flies in some of the most recent videos. I'll show you some more photos of his flies that I have on the PC here. Hold on. Really, I was genuinely impressed when I saw his flies. So, they were really good. You know what I mean? Where did I put these? Let me see. Fishing, types of flies, FFSB. Where the hell? Well, I'm not going to go rooting around for them, but they got to be somewhere. I don't know. I got so much stuff going on now when it comes to all the videos and stuff that I have saved and all my thumbnails and pictures I've been taking. And where would they be? Oh, it was in the hollow fly, right? Maybe? Hold on. Bucktail hollow? Where is that? No, I don't know. Who cares? Whatever. But he ties some beautiful flies, so he's gonna and he's an awesome dude too. So I gotta figure something out. I would I want to shout out his Instagram and stuff, because I don't do this sort of fly tying. So if, like, anyone's interested, they want, like, beast flies and stuff and this and that, you guys can reach out or whatever. Which, by the way, like, and this is I asked him, what do you guys guess that everyone's selling beast flies for now? What do you guys think the prices are? Because I don't tie them. I've tied them for some people before, but it was like a favor. What do you guys think people are getting for beast flies, which is the mono extension, the hollow ties, and everything like that? I know there's certain people that get, like, crazy, crazy money, but what's, like, the average you think that the beast fly is going for nowadays? 100? 35 to 45? Put it in the chat. And, we're talking like 6-odd, 8-odd, probably 12 inches, like full size, primo bucktail, everything. Like this sort of quality hollow ties, but in a, like, fly like this big. I'm going to say at least 30, 45, 60. Yeah, $80. And the thing is, like, you can't really undercut the other dudes, because it's like the people that do this, there's like a community of, like, bucktail tires that, Andrew, all these people, what do you call it? You can't, like, undercut them and stuff, because otherwise you're screwing them over. So everybody, they're selling, not this fly. This fly's like $30 probably, maybe 40. I think he's selling these for 40 actually, max, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, the beast flies are going for 80. Not 15, Harold. What's going on? You can get them tied from, like, South Africa or, like, Venezuela or China for I think 30 or 40, like $30 or 20 something bucks. But yeah. So first off, especially looking at Anglers Marketplace and talking to other people, because I've kind of been in my own bubble, I was like, I got to reevaluate my fly prices, because no wonder why I haven't fixed my boat. Everyone's selling their flies for like $30, $40. I'm over here selling flies for like $6. Like $7, $8. You know what I mean? So, anyways, I thought that was interesting, but and an eye opener for me. You know what I mean? That I need to reevaluate everything. So like this pack of material right here, this is like $10, $9 or $10, right? It's gonna go up. I think it's like 8 something. It'll probably be around $10 after the tariffs impact and all that. I think this pack's like 7 something, like that. Now we did the math. We need 10 of these to tie. What did we figure out? I totally forgot. Was it 40 flies or? We took 6 packs of white and we cut them up. You remember? How many flies did I say we got out of that? Was it, God, I don't even remember now. But it wasn't a lot. I'll just say that. So, because originally I was like I'm not gonna tell you guys like what I'm getting for these really, but originally I was gonna, and this is like commercial price, I was gonna sell these for like $5. You know what I mean? And then I did the math. I was like, this thing cost me like $4 to tie. The hooks are like $1 a piece. And then you add in the hackle, the eyes, and then just my experience of 20 years of fly tying, and then the time it takes. It takes forever to tie. So I was like, really got to reevaluate my business. So my liberal arts degree didn't prepare me for owning my own business, running my own business. Anyways, what's going on, Wolf? How you doing, man? But yeah, we got the new Boehner video. I mean, where is it? The new, let me see. Let me pull this up. I'll show you guys. We might stream this this weekend. I'm thinking if we do, we're probably just going to be tying roosterfish flies. We'll see. If not, after, in about a week or so, I'm going to be pretty much, or like a week and a half, I'm going to be done with all this stuff. So we can go back to like living a normal life, which I'm excited for. So that'll be cool. You know what I mean? Buy it forward. But anyways, we got the new
Mike from LI Flies. Mike here.
Tying and rigging a tube Bob's Boehner popper for bluefish, striped bass, and other big game fish. So make sure you guys check that out after the stream. And I wasn't going to stream too long tonight because, what do you call it? I got up and I had to, in the past couple days, we got 4 dozen clousers tied, 2 dozen deceivers, a dozen half and halves, half a dozen poppers. What else? We finished up most of these half section and tails. And then, I did a dozen cinderworm flies in like the past 2 days. So I've been like seeing these flies in my sleep. You know what I mean? I've been just seeing this regal vice in my sleep, but it's okay. I enjoy it. I'm not complaining. It's better than having some douchebag boss yell at me the whole time. You know what I mean? So, but I'm excited to go out fishing and make some more videos, like continue the striped bass, fly fishing for striped bass series. So I think I want to do something on either stripping techniques or either like scouting out locations and like trying to read the water. I mean, it's hard to figure out, like, do I do broad, like, I'm trying to do more defined topics, but it's like, it's so easy to slip into multiple video topics at once, making these sort of things. So, but, make sure to watch the video. I'm probably I haven't even really eaten much. I'm going to make some food and hang out. I got to get these done. I have tonight and the next 2 days, I got to get all this done. And then probably another 40 or 80 flies. But like I said, then we'll be back to the normal scheduled programming. So, but I'm going to be honest with you, I'm exhausted. I ran around. I went and delivered flies up out in the island. Changed garden hoses and fittings and was doing all this stuff today. And then filmed that video and did the voiceover and edited it in 3 hours or under 3 hours. It took me 2.5 hours and for 17 or 18 minute long video. So you can hear my voice is pretty hoarse because I was like doing the voiceover for it. But anyways, not a very long stream tonight, just like an hour or so. But we'll see. Either we'll do some commercial stuff over the weekend. If not, probably, I've been trying to like stream on maybe Monday as well as Friday, and stuff like that. So, but I got a ton of stuff, roosterfish stuff to do this weekend, and after that, it'll be kind of slowing down here and there, and then in like I said, a week and a half or so, I'm gonna get back to tying, making tying videos and stuff like that. So, but thank you so much for hanging out, chat. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Go out there and do some fishing. There's a lot of big striped bass being caught. I wish I could catch some myself. We've been catching some small ones. But get out there, do some fishing. Go fish the beaches if you can. The other thing is fish at night. But I've been talking to people, and there's been people that have been catching like significantly, there's some large fish moving into the area up here in the Northeast on Long Island. So I don't know what's going up in Mass and stuff, but I'm sure you guys are probably like a couple weeks out. But they're on their way. So thanks for hanging out and watching. Thanks for hanging out, Harold Wilson. Appreciate it. I hope you have an awesome weekend. Paul, thank you again. Wolf, I hope you have a awesome weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Doc and Jin, Anglers, Dram, Craggerroll, thank you so much. You guys have an awesome weekend. I'll see you either over the weekend or at the start of next week, all right? And there'll be, of course, some new YouTube videos coming out next week. But once the stream is done, go check out the banner video, all right? Give it a like, give it a comment for the algorithm so I can get a little ad revenue so we can fix my boat. So, but thank you so much, chat. I hope you guys have an awesome night, and you guys take it easy, all right? Peace.